For the weekend dump, from the Sooners in the NFL draft to the transfer portal deadline hitting today. All that coming up here in less than a minute. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking OU football, college football, and honestly, just sports in general. Thank you for checking us out here on our YouTube channel. Please hit the like button if you like this video. Lets YouTube know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Hit the subscribe button if you want more of it, and then share, because sharing is caring. In this video, we're going to chop it up about the Sooners that made it in the draft over the weekend, the ones that did sign as unrestricted free agents, and then let's talk about the transfer portal as that ends technically May 1st. So earlier this week, I asked the community who they thought would get drafted first. And so based upon the results here, we had 53% of you said that WINFREY, who was the Senior Bowl MVP, was going to get drafted first. And then 45% gave it to Nik Bonitto. That's with votes of about 110 people in the community. Thank you all for participating. I'll be having a lot more polls throughout the summer as well as the football season goes on, as we're talking about the Sooners. And then 1% goes to the other three that were listed on this list right here. Well, we've got those results. The NFL draft was started on Thursday, and it is concluded on Saturday. And so I want to give you the weekend dump and give you the guys that did get drafted and who didn't. So first off, the first player that came off the list was Nik Bonitto. For those that are obsessive with sports and college football and NFL football like myself, you already knew this, but it's good to see it. Nik Bonitto gets drafted by the Denver Broncos, second round, the final pick in the second round, which is the 64th pick overall. He will be going to the Denver Broncos. By the way, I love these Vegas-themed cards and Vegas-themed graphics. Dope. Just FYI, I think they're dope. So I'm using a lot of them moving forward. Following him was Brian Asamoah. He got hit by the Minnesota Vikings. Third round, second pick. So only a few picks after Nik Bonitto did we see Brian Asamoah. Literally 2 picks later, he was a 66th overall pick. WINFREY came out third. He was drafted 4th round, third pick, 108th by the Cleveland Browns. Now, I know a lot of Sooner fans ain't really big on Cleveland. I understand the beef with everything that's going down, but let's celebrate these guys, because it's obvious that the Cleveland organization sees value in Sooner players, because Winfrey's not the only one that they got. Talk about that in a second. But it's cool to see WINFREY go out there. He's going to be matched up with Myles Garrett if he gets on the field. I'm hoping that he kills it. He deserves it. He was the Senior Bowl MVP. Got a trophy full of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, which is brown with a little bit of like orange inside. Kind of looks like the Cleveland Browns colors. I'm just saying. Coincidence? I think not. Following Winfrey, we have Delarian Turner-Yell. The Broncos got him as well. 5th round, 9th pick, 152nd overall. Matches him up with Nik Bonitto, which is dope, as usual. Isaiah Thomas followed up. Michael Woods was right after Turner-Yell. Cleveland Browns again. 6th round, 24th pick, 202nd overall pick. So he's also a Brown. And then the Browns kept the party going and added Isaiah Thomas on the edge. Browns, 7th round, 2nd pick, 223rd overall pick, which is dope. They picked up 3 Sooners in the draft. That's something big. And then to round out all the Sooners that did get drafted, you had Marquis Hayes, who got picked up by the Cardinals. 7th round, 36th pick, 257th overall, meaning that Hayes will be reunited with Kyler Murray. He's no reason to be. Kyler Murray, Hollywood Brown. So he's got 2 Sooners that he's definitely going to go kick it with, which is dope. And Sooners are taking over NFL. So, recruits, if you see this video and you want to go to the NFL, you may as well come to Oklahoma. Why? Because these dudes always end up in the league. Especially because University of Texas, the rival, had no one drafted this year. This is the second time since 2014 that they did not have anybody drafted. at all, which is crazy to me. All the money, all the recruiting Texas does, and they can't get people drafted. It tells you something. Oklahoma's always got people going to the pros. You want development? Come to Oklahoma. So here's the Sooners that actually decided to get jobs even though they weren't drafted. They got offered basically unrestricted free agent contracts. There's a guarantee amount of money added there with the signing bonus, and they're basically guaranteed for however long they're on the roster. So this is really good for them, an opportunity to prove themselves because teams are doubting them for some reason. And this is a great opportunity, like I said, to get out there, potentially take somebody else's spot and make it past this season, if not at least to the practice squad. So on that list, we have Kennedy Brooks. He signed with the Eagles. Jeremiah Hall is headed to the Giants. Tyrese Robinson is headed to the Washington Commanders. And then LaRon Stokes is headed to the Cardinals to join the other Sooners there. Good stuff. So that is 7 Sooners drafted, 4 of them signing unrestricted free agent contracts, 11 players on rosters going into training camp. Good job, Oklahoma. Good job of producing NFL caliber players. All you got to do is keep that going. Venables will do it, especially on the defensive side. Levy, use your job on the offensive side. Let's make the magic happen. All right, the last part of the dump, we have the transfer portal. So the NCAA transfer portal eligibility date or deadline is May 1st if they want to be immediately available to the school that they go to. So they're going to have to transfer basically by yesterday. For those who see this video, this will be released on Monday morning. We got 2 Sooners actually entered the portal. Now, if you enter the portal after May 1st, you can apply for a waiver and you may be granted opportunity to play immediately. A lot of times you don't know. But in this circumstance, as long as you get in by the 1st, you are good to go wherever you please. And so Oklahoma only had 2 guys jump in. You had wide receiver Cody Jackson. He was the first one to go in. 4-star. He was out of Richmond, Texas. He saw a little bit of action in the Alamo Bowl at like 3 catches, few yards. I think the emergence of Jalen Gibson basically let him know that you're probably not getting much PT. And for him at his talent at 4-star, I feel like he's probably better off going somewhere else and getting some game. He probably end up at a smaller school, or he may go back to Texas, play like TCU or something. There's opportunities there. I expect him to end up at a smaller school, but he's a talented kid. I understand knowing that you're not better than some of the players out there. Even when you competed with them, you recognized it. Hey, man, go where you can get some game and improve yourself. If you work hard enough, you'll be all right. And then Nathan Rawlins-Kaboji, defensive end linebacker. He didn't record any stats at Oklahoma. He was recruited during COVID, so it was all Zoom calls, didn't really get to come visit, all of that stuff, and he just never got on the field. I think Marcus Stripling basically just locked up things there. And even though Rawlins is young, I still feel like he could have contributed, but I understand if he feels like the system's not for him. This is not the regime that he signed up for the most part. So he had to make that decision of where he wants to go. We'll see where he ends up. Now, understand Oklahoma's going to probably be very active in the transfer portal. We need another quarterback just to make sure we have enough depth with experience. We don't have much experience back there behind Dylan Gabriel. All the young guys are young, and there's a reason why they're young, but you still want to get a little bit more experience just in case you have someone that has to take over for the rest of the season, or just someone to compete with the young guys and keep pushing them harder. Got to get some more wide receiver depth. I'm expecting some more secondary depth just to have it. Then, of course, someone on the edge. So expect Oklahoma to be active in the transfer portal. I'll keep tabs on it and shoot some videos out once those come down. So that's the weekend dump. Next video, I'm going to talk about your comments in the polls that I put out about a week ago. Said I was going to make that one of the videos. We're going to talk about the players that you all thought were the newcomers that you were most excited about, or the ones that jumped out to you. We'll talk about those players, as well as some O-line, D-line, quick analysis and look at some of the players. All right, with that, That'll come out in a couple of days. Chop it up with you then. Please hit the like, subscribe button, share because sharing is caring, and leave me a comment. Just let me know what you think. If there's anything in particular you want to see, hit me up. I'm growing in the game, and I'm trying to get better at it. And the only reason why I get better is for you all. So hit me up. Chop it up in a few days. Peace.